And Simos Yasaitis, two other personalities that you did have a chance to meet throughout your career. Your memories about them?
Great guys. You know, Simas came in Maccabi after Shara, so we already know how Lithuania is working. You know, and it was really fun. Great guy. You know, until today we talk. It's amazing person. Kleza came from NBA. You know, in Olympiacos, he came already with different lifestyle. You know, came with the 3 cars, you know, all kinds of things coming with NBA things, but also amazing person. We had a great time, played the Final Fours together. Only good things I can say about him.
He's a big podcaster now in Lithuania.
Yeah, I heard. He didn't invite me yet.
Yes.
Probably as a reason.
Well, you'll have a chance. He'll have a couple of days in Lithuania. We might get a chance to shake hands with him as well. Joe, your overall visit vibes, your impressions about Lithuania. Switch that on, yeah. Up, here we go.
Before we start, I'll just let you know that there's 2 people at this panel has gotten drunk with Sabonis. not just you.
I have the story on camera, but we're gonna tell it again anyway, okay? But save that for last.
Look, every time I come here, it's to me it's special, because I mean, you know, I've had the connection with my last name, with the fact that my father was Lithuanian, even though he was born in the States, and so every time I get a chance to come to anywhere in Lithuania, I jump at the opportunity, and I enjoy every moment of trying to take it in and enjoy what the culture is all about. I walked into here and I see this room, and I look around. I'm like, man, I just wish so many other countries, you know, like Spain, for example, where I live, you know, somewhere had something like this, you know, because it's what you guys live and breathe is basketball, and I think that's what makes this country so special for these, you know, guys like us that enjoy this game and respect the sport so much.
By the way, not 2 people, 3.
Okay. well, we still got 2 more to go down, but I don't think David ever did.
But you hated Sabonis at first, didn't you?
You know, I think that's
always, in a way.
That's always been taken out of context in a way, and I think these 2 guys here next to me would be able to agree or understand what I meant when I said that I didn't get along with him. I didn't get along with him because I couldn't find a way to play with Sabas in the beginning. And you know, my game was pretty much set when I went to Real Madrid. His game was pretty much set since he was 15 years old, and he was this incredible player. I played against him when he was not in Madrid, and I was like, it's just a big, slow guy, doesn't know how to play the game, and no big deal. And so that, you know, practicing with him on a daily basis, I was able to see the immense ability that he had to see the court, his vision, his ability to make everybody else around him better. Plus the fact he was one of the best 3-point shooters I've ever seen for his size. And then I, you know, after like about 4 days of practice, I said it's going to be up to me to figure out how to change my game to play around this guy, because he's not going to be able to change his game. So it was a difficult transition, and my dislike for him was I disliked all my opponents when they were playing on the other team. I never liked anybody. But Sabas, once we became teammates, we became good friends, and we had some great stories together, and we've shared titles together, so that's great. That was the ACB tournament. The EuroLeague championship, I think, was like 4 bottles of Chivas that were underneath. Every time a waiter passed by, it was like, okay, we have another, and the waiter's like, we just gave you a bottle of Chivas. He says, yeah, don't worry. And he had them piled up underneath. But yeah, the 15 bottles of vodka they came to my house, they raided my freezer, they put 15 bottles of vodka into the freezer, and I like vodka also. And I was like, when do we drink it? Then we drink it later. We drink it later. So we did the barbecue, we did the whole thing, and then in typical fashion, we just boom, 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 and you know, the wives, the players, everybody, and luckily for my kids, the 15 bottles were gone and the frozen food was put back in, so my kids had breakfast the next day.
And Kurtinaitis got injured in a pool.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, Kurti went to Savas' house and jumped in the pool thinking there was water, but they were cleaning the pool. So there was only about like a foot of water, and then he shows up at the local Marca, the newspaper, and you know he had a bandage on his head, but the blood was just rolling down his nose. But you know, Kurtinaitis is one of my favorite people in the world, and I've had the best time with him. He didn't drink throughout the whole season. The entire season, he never had a beer, never had a vodka, never went out and drank with us. I mean, he went out with us, but didn't drink. And in the finals, it was like, after we won, it was like he drank everything that he was writing down every night what he didn't drink so that he could drink it after we won the championship. And he did it all in one weekend.
Well, he won it a lot recently.
Until he catch Obradovic, he has to work another 100 years. We have a guy that if you want to name a trophy, we have the guy with the 9?
Jelko?
9.
Yeah, sure.
We have the guy to name for. Okay. Look, first of all, he did amazing. He's one of the best energy guys in basketball I saw, and he knows how to engage the people, country, and everyone. And that's how it worked. Of course, he has also great players and great teammates. He did a great job in preseason to build a team, to bring the right guys, and he has lots of experience. So, he's doing a great job, and it's his time, his run, and really nothing to say except impressive the way how he turned the series around Maccabi. Against Maccabi especially, we beat them there, and then he started to make pressure on everybody, on the referees, on fans, on EuroLeague. So even EuroLeague get confused, so they give them the same referees for 4 games. But this is great work.
David, yeah, Joe.
I think Adam he has a way to manage his point guards. He loves his ball handlers, as he had with Larkin and Misic, and now this year with Nunn and Slukas. But he also has a way to make his players believe in the craziness of his own mind, because he's not afraid to put his players in the line and say, we will win this championship, we will win this, we will win that, and I don't know if that puts pressure on players, doesn't put pressure on players, takes it off of them, I don't know, but I think what Nico said, he's a master at it, and he's figured out how to do it. Now, we could be saying the same thing about Sardas if he's won 3 of the 4 that he's been in. They can say, oh, because he's crazy and he yells at the players and he gets the most of them. When you win, there's always positive stuff around you. When you lose, there's always negative stuff. That's just the way of the game.
David, what are your impressions about the recent Final Four?
Like Nico said, last year's Final Four was maybe more balanced in terms of performance, with the teams. This year's championship, though, I think lived up to what most basketball fans expect from the Final Four. That championship game was, from the jump ball to the end, just really entertaining and enjoyable, even for someone who wasn't particularly a basketball fan. So it was a great championship this year.
Let's move to Lithuania then. When you hear the words Lithuanian basketball, what comes to your mind first?
The fans. I mean, you're talking about a country that's not very large, I think a little more than 2 million plus people, and I think there's 800, 900,000 here alone. And basketball and sports is loved here. So first thing comes to my mind is the fans. They always turn out for the game.
You can also compare EuroLeague back in the day, let's put it that way, and EuroLeague now. Did it evolve a lot? Did it change a lot? In what sense?
I think it has. I don't know that the game today is as physical as it was back during our time. There probably could be arguments made in either direction, but the tempo of the game in general today is a bit more different.
By the way, you were in the NBA also during the Bad Boys era. Can you compare what does a EuroLeague legend status mean, would you say? You all have this title.
For me, it's just a compliment. It's a compliment that you've been successful, you've reached certain heights, and you've done it.
Christos, what does the legend program mean to the league itself?
Well, actually, it's quite important because, and the idea and the plan we have is to continue involving our former stars, so we can to help us grow the competition in the years to come. I mean, these guys, apart from the fact that they are great guys and very professional, the same way that they were before as the players, they bring in high value in all the collaborations they do with the league, and that's mainly due to the fact that they have a great experience and deep knowledge of the competition. They know the competition, both on court and off court. So the program for the league is very important. The idea and the plan is to continue and involve even more players. I mean, with OlyBet, our premium partner here in Lithuania, we have done this year also activations with Ramūnas Ziskauskas, with Jonas Mačiulis as well. So, and now we are, because we are in the, let's say, in the transition period, some guys like Spanoulis, for example, or Printesis or Felipe Reyes has stepped down already. Some others, like I think Rudy Fernandez, announced that he's gonna stop his career this year. So there's a transition period. So more people hopefully will join this program and try and help us, to grow the impact in the league.
What would you say is the mission of all of you here in Lithuania this weekend?
To enjoy the event. I mean, we are very grateful and thanks for receiving us here and the hospitality you are offering. I think we have a tournament tomorrow. People to enjoy the 3-on-3 tournament. The guys also to enjoy as much as possible this experience. So yeah, basically we want everything to work out perfectly.
Mr. Joe, you mentioned that you had a chance to play for Lithuanian national team. Can you compare that year national team to this modern era? And in your opinion, is Lithuania still an allied national basketball team?
I mean, I think when you go back to when you go back to '92 and the tie-dye shirts and the whole the way they captivated the world at that time, and of course a lot of it had to do with being the dream team there in Barcelona and the Lithuanian team with the players that they had. I don't think it'd be fair to compare the players nowadays to that incredible group of guys that they put together. I mean, it was an amazing thing to watch, and And again, with my answer from before, sitting down watching the Olympics and seeing these guys play together, one of the reasons I didn't mention before that I didn't go, because I never, up until that point, I hadn't played with Savas. And I hadn't played with Kortanitis yet. I was still in Victoria at the time. And so, watching the way they played together, watching the way they came together as a team, hearing the stories later on when I did play with them about what happened after the games, it wouldn't be fair to the players nowadays to compare to that team. And I think what David said earlier about the NBA and EuroLeague, it's when you start to compare eras, I think it's just a mass confusion because the game has changed so much. The players nowadays are so much different than they were before. They're athletically better, they're faster, they're quicker, they're stronger. The game's not as physical. This is something that Nicola and I always talk about. They get hurt a lot more than we did. And they take a lot more days off than we did. And if you ask me personally, I'm always going to go with the older team. I always think that the older team is the best team because I know what they had to do to get there, and that Lithuanian team in '92 still continues to make me regret not saying yes and having that Lithuanian passport today.
Listen, let me make you more feel comfortable.
I know when he says this.
In '92, you did your best, because Croatia, it was in the final, and it's okay.
I know.
You gave your best. It's okay.
But again,
it's up to you.
But again, you probably wouldn't have been there. So I did you a favor, and I did you a favor.
Croatia would have still been in the final, only with Lithuania, not the dream team.
Hold on. What was going on here?
Žalgiris guard Kinanen was getting injured. And Nicola, you're probably the best one out of the three to relate to that. Why do I say so? In 2005, just a few weeks before the Final Four, your teammate, Dion Thomas, got freakishly injured during the practice, fighting for the rebound. His leg got fractured in two separate places. And some reports say that the Maccabi players left the practice crying. And how do you remember all that episode with Dion Thomas, and how did you feel, how did the team feel, and probably what advice would you have for Žalgiris players and for Keenan Evans himself?
Well, this is such an impressive shot that even now I get goosebumps, and I remember very good, I shot the fade away, he went for rebound, we played the same team, and I heard the crack. And I started to laugh, you broke the parquet. He fell on the floor and his leg was landing down. We all ran away out of the gym. That was scariest. I cannot forget these pictures, and it was shock. Of course, we all went to hospital with him, and as I told you, we were really like a family. It's a big shock. And the same shock like what's happened to Keenan. I saw the video, I was shocked because first of all, Keenan is unbelievable guy. He was with us in Maccabi, and I know he's so good, and it's a really pure heart person. And I'm really sorry for him that this happened, and for sure it's a shock for the team and the players, but unfortunately also it's our part of our lives. Injuries is something that, like I said, we are modern gladiators. We have to live with this, we have to come back out of it, get stronger, and nothing to cry about too much.
Another one, Nerius? Two teams. We're gonna have Team Nicola, Team Vujicic. That's two separate teams. Team Joe, Team Арлаускас. Team David, Team Rivers, and your teams are going to be in separate groups at first, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Joe, you had a question?
No, I don't have a question, I have a comment.
Yes.
This guy cheats all the time.
And he doesn't know the Lithuanian influencer market too well.
You sure?
Nothing to cheat about. Okay, maybe in the chat.
He's been sitting.
He was tampering with it.
He's been sitting next to that bowl for the last few minutes. I don't know.
You don't have the cold and hot ones like they do in the cups? No?
No, last year we did. This time, not to make anybody suspicious, we just have a cup with women, and these are the rest of the players. So these are going to be women players, and each of you are going to get one for each of your teams. But let's start. You're taking the ball?
No, we need more women. We need more women.
One for one team. One for one team. Each and every one of you are going to get one. All right, so Nicola, let's start with you. It's Team Nicola right now. 2 players.
2?
2, yes.
And 1 here.
And 1 woman. All right. Let's see what we got. Yeah, show us.
You don't drink this. No whiskey.
All right, Dovydas Laukys, a surprise player. We're gonna find out tomorrow. And yeah, we have 3 surprises for tomorrow. And Vaidas Bovila. Okay, that's a pretty decent team, actually, if you ask me.
What's the surprise player thing? He gets to pick who he wants?
No, he gets a surprise tomorrow. He gets a surprise tomorrow. Okay, another team. Let's put these away. 2 and 1. Yes. Just to not to move the ball around too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Here we go. For some good luck.
Wait.
Another surprise. Look,
Did we
Nicola.
did we miss the lottery selection of who gets to pick first?
Well, that's how they seeding you.
That's for next year's event.
But he might get the worst at first.
It was done last night.
It's just pure luck. Okay, Julius Poliupajevas Omerta. No, Rytis Vyšniauskas, it's not a lady. He's the most prominent. No, a surprise. Yeah. We're gonna surprise you with the ladies. Okay, let's move the ball.
Look,
No surprises for you.
I'm gonna say that being here in the middle and the fact that I'm not the luckiest guy in the world, I'm gonna let David pick.
No.
I'm gonna pass my pick to David, and then I'm gonna have whoever's left.
No. I'm used to making dreams come true. Good.
Is that what the ex-wife said?
You can do one by one.
All right, I'll pick
You pick your
one.
first team, then you pick your first team.
That's more.
So I have to pick 2, right? I'll pick 2 of these and 1 of these.
All right, show me that.
I'll take my ladies first.
Andrius Petravičius, also a surprise player, and Airidas Jankus.